welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Claudia and I make self-development content. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Without further ado, we shall move on to the next part of the video. So I'm making this video because I did see that the previous one that I made was quite appreciated. I did notice quite some views on it, so I decided to make another school video, and this video is called how to make this your best academic year yet. You might see this video this year, you might see it next year, you might see it whenever, but I hope that whenever you end up coming across it, that it will be really helpful and it will really resonate for you. Like every single academic year, we all have our own academic goals and plans which we wish to achieve. And obviously to do that, you must know what steps you need to follow, you must know where to start, what to do, what you're aiming for, and how to get there. If you are someone who's wishing to make an academic comeback, or if you were already a good student, you wish to pick up from your previous steps, definitely in the right place. So that's really it. Thank you so much for clicking. Thank you for everything. Remember to like, subscribe, share, comments down below. I really appreciate every single comment. I am also on Instagram, TikTok, and my username is the same across all platforms. So that's, by the way, if I'm looking down at times, or if I'm just taking a little sneaky peek down, that's because my laptop is here. I did write down all the tips that I wanted to share beforehand, so I wouldn't really be rambling too much. The first crucial step to make this your best academic year, which you have had so far, or your best academic year yet, is to reflect on your previous performance. Reflect on what you have done in your previous year of study. What did you like? What did you not like? Things that you did correctly and things that you want to do differently. Reflect on the feedback you have been given already. Reflect on how you felt throughout the academic year. This is really crucial, of course, because it sets like a foundation and it gives you a clear visualization and idea of what you have done, and ideally how to improve, or what steps are required of you to further improve your performance. I wish that you would see this as a reminder that you are learning, and it's anything that you have learned from the previous year is only a foundation which you will then use to build up and improve further. This is why I'm such an advocate of like self-reflection, having a positive mindset, having a growth mindset in every aspect of your life. And many things which I would personally really observe when reflecting on my previous years of study are mostly or mainly like where my weak points and what things stressed me out the most. How did I handle burnouts? What caused burnouts? How can I prevent it? Because burnouts, believe it or not, if you're a student, you know burnout is really serious. Burnouts, when it gets there, it really gets there seriously, and it's really hard, especially when you're giving it your all. So it is really crucial to reflect upon that, to make sure that your mental and physical health is well taken care of, so you might not end up falling into a toxic cycle or repetitive pattern which is more harmful to you. So after reflecting on performance you have had from the previous years, it is then crucial for you to start your academic year on the right way, to start your academic year on the right foot. So usually before the academic year starts, there is usually summer work or homework. Make sure that all that is completed. Make sure that that is completed way before the date of the start of school, because no one wants to be like rushing exactly the day or the night before the first day of school to finish all the homework you had 3 months to complete. I think that's self-explanatory. Make sure that you do all your summer work in very due time. Like make sure you do all your summer work in in a spaced manner, so you can also make sure that your work is up to a good standard and your work is presentable. On top of that, like as soon as you start going to school, as soon as your academic year actually starts, make sure that you start on the right foot. You are on it, you are following, you are responsive. I don't know, like make sure that you are doing everything that you're told. You're not falling behind. As soon as something is given to you, you do it straight away. All of these things will really help you to be right on task. You won't feel overwhelmed, and you won't let any content or anything to pile up and overwhelm you at some point. Really hold back most students is procrastination, and procrastination often even starts simply when school starts and you're being taught lessons. The lessons are not too heavy, they're not too content heavy, you don't have too much homework, you don't have too many things to do, so you think that you can leave it to the side, you can do it whenever, because in the end of the day it doesn't look like much. But when you leave it for too long, that's when it piles up, and then when you've actually come to the realization that this is too much for you, this is actually too much workload, then that's when like you start losing it. That's when burnout starts coming. Before you know it, it's exam season, and oh my, I have to redo the year. Oh my, I'm not doing good. Oh my, I'm getting called and meetings and all of that stuff. So make sure that you start on the right foot. Make sure that you are well refreshed. Invest in good quality stationery, invest in good quality products. Believe it or not, like the little process of buying stationery, it gives you a tiny bit of motivation. Okay, it won't guarantee you that you will have the best academic year yet, but it does contribute because it puts you on a fresh mindset. It makes you prepared mentally and physically for new beginnings. And for example, I like cute things. Most students like cute things. If you have cute stationery, cute appliances, a cute bag or whatever, it makes you like look forward to using it. It makes you look forward to the lifestyle. It makes you romanticize it. One thing I am such an advocate of is like romanticizing things. Like if you can romanticize your journey as a student through buying nice appliances and stuff, buying nice stationery, it really contributes. Create a thorough and clear vision of what you want your academic year to be like. However, I would like you to visualize or have a clear idea of what you want your year to be like as a whole, not just academically. Like, what do you want to do outside of your studies? Because I don't want you to be in a mindset where you just associate yourself to your studies and you forget that you have actually your own life, you have your own hobbies and skills and passions outside of just your studies. Of course, your studies are really crucial. Of course, they're really important. Of course, you intend to make this your best academic year. However, don't obsess with your studies to the point of your own detriment. Have a plan, a visualization of what you want to do outside of your studies. It might be a holiday. It might be time you spend with your family. It might be time you spend with your friends. It might be the time you spend to nurture your hobbies and learn new skills. This is entirely personal. This is entirely curated to you. And it is really important to keep in touch with yourself, because if you're too obsessed, if you're too much of in that headspace of study, school, grades, I've seen too many people like lose touch with themselves. I've seen so many people lose a sense of identity. I've seen so many people have mental breakdowns because they now see themselves in this treadmill, in this roller coaster of grades and academic validation, academic performance, that actually now they don't know like what they want outside of it. They don't know what they enjoy outside of it, which is not a very good mindset to be in. It's not a good headspace for someone to find themselves in. But I particularly find it like sad, heartbreaking to see young children in this headspace. So, well, take care of yourself. Literally take care of yourself. Don't abandon yourself. Don't abandon your passions. Don't abandon things that you actually enjoy, because you're all you've got. You are all you've got. Don't neglect yourself just for the sake of academic validation. To set a study schedule, a study routine, a study timetable. Many students get really excited with getting fidgety with Notion, and I love Notion. I adore Notion. It's so perfect, it's so curated, it's so cutesy. So as soon as your timetable drops, as soon as you get your timetable, make a study plan. You can strategically set your planner or your Notion or your timetable. Obviously, when setting your timetable, your revision timetable, your study timetable to fulfill certain study goals or academic goals, make sure that these timetables are realistic. Make sure that these timetables take into account that you actually have other things to do. So many students actually work a lot alongside with their studies. Work experience, sports, hobbies, family, religion, medical appointments. So take all these factors into account. Don't just neglect it. Remember that you have so many other things to do. Self-care time. So leave that space empty. Don't add too much on it to overwhelm yourself. Don't only focus on your goals, but focus on the lifestyle and the task that you need to have or acquire and build throughout to have what you seek. Let's say you want to have A star in chemistry. Don't just focus on that aspect of what you wish to achieve in your academic year, but shift your mindset towards like, okay, tonight I'm going to read this before going to bed. This morning I'm going to listen to this before going to school. Today I might ask this question to my teacher. And these little things, sometimes depending on who you are, for most students I notice have, including myself, like asking teachers certain questions can be daunting, can be scary sometimes, especially like if you don't know the teacher well, you haven't had as much conversation with them, you are not familiar with them, you're in a whole new school, in a whole new environment, and you're still settling in, you're being taught things, but you don't know how to ask them those questions. It will also boost your self-esteem and confidence to be able actually to step out of your comfort zone and actually ask the question that you are kind of suppressing inside. So focus on just building little tasks and just focusing on your goal as a whole. It will make the journey more enjoyable, less daunting, because the more you obsess about the grades and numbers, the more your mental health can be affected, because if you don't always get the grade that you want, then your self-esteem gets low, you're not happy, you feel like your work is worth nothing. To spend time with your family and loved ones, have good conversations with them, seek their support, because if you just seek after this academic journey and performance and goals by yourself, it does get daunting once again. So, but it gets less daunting when you are going through it with someone who's supportive of you, someone who believes in you, someone who loves you, someone who knows you. I like to always mention maybe family, because generally, under normal circumstances, family and friends are people who genuinely or should genuinely know you for who you are. And because of that, I don't know, you can seek comfort, you can seek assurance from them. Sometimes if let's say you did not perform as you wished, or you expected a bit more from yourself, you did not entirely flop an exam on an assignment, but you wish you did better, your loved one sees your work and they cherish it, and they do admire what you do. But sometimes when we are in that toxic mindset, it is hard to appreciate our own achievements. It is hard to realize, oh, my performance was actually good on this, oh, I actually did this well. they actually will bring you back to reality to tell you, snap out of it, like you're being too mean to yourself, you're being too toxic to yourself. Take a break, you have done well, you have made a mistake, you haven't done this as well, but it's fine because you learn and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Pick a good seat and position. Then don't hold back from having conversations, right? Don't have conversations to the point that you will be rude or you'll be interrupting the class or lesson. However, sit in a place where you can have conversation but still be attentive in the lesson. This is because in the classroom it is important to interact and make friends. From having a friend in your classroom, you automatically now have a study buddy. So you have someone who you can message if something, for some reason you forgot about it, or you missed in class, or you weren't too clear about a certain topic. In most cases, when we are in a class, there is a high chance that your study buddy or your classmate can be good at certain topics better than you are. And that is why I'm such an advocate about, okay, have these interactions in class. Don't be too shy, don't push conversations away, like actually be inviting, be welcoming, because in the end of the day, like both of you will benefit. There are certain things you will be basically brilliant at doing, but there are other things in which you would need support from. This is actually noticed that people who study in group settings actually retain a lot more knowledge and end up usually performing better. So just bear that in mind. You are not by yourself and you should not be by yourself. I found myself in situations in previous years when I used to be shy, that I'd literally have a whole weeks and I would not speak to anyone because I was scared, I was shy, I was scared, I didn't want to stutter in the middle of the conversation. I was shy, I was nervous as hell, like it was so bad. And every day I'll go back home and wish that I had spoken to someone. It did not affect my grades because I still did good, but I probably could have done a lot better, and my experience at school would have been a lot better if I wasn't so shy. Because don't be like me. Because when I even made up my mind that, okay, I'm going to start speaking to people, that's when the whole pandemic started and I didn't see anyone to like, what? Yeah, you get what I mean? My last tip and my favorite tip is to look nice at all times. Take care of yourself, do your makeup, do your little hairstyle, put your necklace, your jewelry on, have a nice outfit, do your nails, look nice. For me, if you look good, you feel good. For other people, it's the opposite. But for me, I live by it. I love to look nice and do well. So this is my favorite tip, because every single day that I'm well dressed and I present myself to school, I feel good. I feel confident. I believe that I can do something good. And how can you start that except for, I don't know, dressing well, looking good, taking care of yourself? So this is not a massive tip, but it is a massive tip. I care about it a lot. So yeah, so guys, that is really it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for clicking, thank you for watching. And I did see a couple of few subscribers from my previous video. Thank you for that as well. I hope that this video resonated. The school season has already started or ended, but whenever you see this video, I hope it will be of great use to you. I hope that it will give you the answers you seek and give you the reassurance you seek. I just look forward for this academic year, and I hope you do too. I hope you make this your best academic year yet, and that is really it. Take good care of yourself. Bye.